On the show this week, we take a first look at the much-awaited TVS bike, the Apache RR 310. And we test drive the Volvo XC60. We also go on a short drive with Mika Hakkinen while he was in Mumbai.
You've been waiting for this moment, I've been waiting for this moment, and after what seems like endless amounts of waiting, the time is finally here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, say hello to what is without doubt the most eagerly anticipated motorcycle of 2017, the TVS Apache RR 310.
The RR 310 is born of the striking Akula concept that stunned the world at the 2016 Auto Expo. As with most TVS concepts, the road bike has retained the base identity, but has evolved a fair deal from the aggressively sharp concept. Now, the name Akula comes from the Russian word for shark, and the RR 310 retains the concept's shark-inspired design language in its nose, tail and side fins along the fairing. The sharp face gets two LED projectors, each with its own angular LED daytime running lamp. The bodywork along the side is sleek and fit and finish are exemplary, the best we've seen to date from an Indian motorcycle. Special attention has been paid to the materials used, and some features like the lovely forged aluminium triple clamp, high quality switchgear and aluminium mirror stocks add to the premium feel. The bike also has some nice touches like the tricolor on the top right of the screen and the omega shaped LED tail lamp that is quite stunning to behold. And finally, the unique wheel design is the same as the Akula's platform sharing partner, the BMW G310R. In person, the RR 310 is a surprisingly big machine and could even be mistaken for a 600. The good news is that the overall design is executed very well and doesn't come across as overdone or disproportionate. So those of you who like your bikes with a serious amount of road presence are really going to like what the RR 310 has to offer.
With a large and sporty motorcycle like this, there are bound to be some concerns over seating comfort. Well, it's all good news here thanks to a low 810mm seat height that should be friendly for riders of all sizes, and a seating position which isn't too committed or uncomfortable as well, and this should be easy in the street too.
The RR 310 certainly got the looks. In fact, to my eyes, this is one of the nicest looking motorcycles to have emerged from an Indian manufacturer to date. But with all that show, it's vital that you've got a good dose of go as well, and that's where the 312cc engine comes into play. Now, this is essentially the same liquid-cooled, fuel-injected single-cylinder engine that's used by the BMW G310R. With 34 horsepower and 27 Nm of torque, we're happy to report that the TVS isn't a victim of detuning, and it boasts nearly identical figures to the BMW, but at slightly higher revs. But the engine isn't all the same, and TVS have their own completely home-developed fuel injection system that offers well-judged throttle response. The rear sprocket is also a different size, and TVS claims a top speed of 160 km per hour, which is a good deal higher than the BMW's claimed figure of 143. TVS also has a patent-pending deflector that directs hot air downwards and away from the rider's legs, but this is a feature we can only properly experience in traffic conditions. So far, we've only got to sample the RR 310 on the racetrack, but the performance here is entertaining to say the least. The engine's 34 horses arrive in a thoroughly linear fashion, and this means a strong mid-range that builds and builds all the way to the red line.
The 6-speed gearbox is nice and precise too, and performance is properly brisk. However, the bars in the seat aren't completely free of vibrations, and these creep in above 6,500 RPM. Now it remains to be seen how this affects the on-road performance.
It is worth adding here that some bikes at the ride event were running considerably smoother than others that we tried. This could well be down to the fact that the engines were very new and not fully run in, so we'll reserve judgment on this for the full road test. On the track, the RR 310 shines with an impressive set of running gear, starting with a steel trellis chassis borrowed from the BMW, but tuned and set up by TVS for this application. The unique reverse tilting engine is positioned further ahead, freeing up a big distance from the engine to the rear wheel. This allows for the combination of a short wheelbase but a long swing arm, and that promises both low speed agility and high speed stability. Suspension is handled by a 41mm KYB upside down fork and a preload adjustable rear shock. The suspension setup is impressive with well-judged damping that offers good feedback under braking and in corners, but without feeling overtly stiff or harsh. Dual-channel ABS is on offer, and the Michelin Pilot Street tyres perform well in most situations, but we did find them a bit lacking for grip at high speeds and high lean angles. At the moment, there's not a lot to say about ride comfort on the street. However, despite the TVS Racing branding on the engine cases, we suspect that this could be an accomplished road bike as well, thanks to the effective windscreen, the potential for decent suspension comfort, and the reasonable riding position that's far milder than the likes of something like a Yamaha R15.
The RR 310 feels like a big bike beneath you in the best way possible. The handling is eager and the bike is very at home on the racetrack. Chassis stability is excellent, as are the brakes.
This bike comes with a big goodie bag of features, starting with what TVS claims will be segment-leading performance from the bi-LED headlamps. But there's much more in the form of hazard lights, sealed and contactless switchgear, a highly accurate fuel gauge, an advanced CAN bus electrical network system, and a unique vertical design for the instrument cluster. It takes a little getting used to, but the display offers all the information you need, including distance to empty, a gear shift indicator, a real-time fuel efficiency indicator, and even a lap timer. As far as build and quality go, this is easily the best finished and most premium feeling bike from TVS by a huge margin. It's also an encouraging yet properly accomplished track tool, but also promises to be fun on the street as well. But given the level of quality and equipment on offer, as well as the pedigree of the running gear, the RR 310 is certainly going to be positioned towards the premium side of the segment.
We've ridden the RR 310 a day before the press launch, so I don't have a price to share with you at the moment, but we do hope to update the video with it by the time you see it. Now, TVS says this is a premium motorcycle and it will be positioned as such. For now, it's proven itself to be great fun on the racetrack and has the potential to be a lovely road bike as well. We can't wait to ride it on the open road.
Stay tuned. Right after this break, it's Volvo's mid-size luxury sedan, the XC60.